Good morning, everyone. On this Wednesday, the 12th week in Ordinary Time, we are continuing our reading through the second book of Kings. We're now in chapter 22, verses 8 through 13, and then chapter 23, verses 1 through 3. The high priest Hilkiah informed the scribe Shaphan, "I have found the book of the law in the temple of the Lord." Hilkiah gave the book to Shaphan, who read it. Then the scribe Shaphan went to the king and reported, "Your servants have smelted down the metals available in the temple and have consigned them to the master workmen in the temple of the Lord." The scribe Shaphan also informed the king that the priest Hilkiah had given him a book and then read it aloud to the king. When the king heard the contents of the book of the law, he tore his garments and issued this command to Hilkiah the priest: Ahikam, son of Shaphan, Achbor, son of Melchiah, the scribe of Shaphan, and the king's servant Asaiah, go consult the Lord for me, for the people, for all Judah, about the stipulations of this book that have been found. For the anger of the Lord had been set fiercely ablaze against us, because our fathers did not obey the stipulations of this book, nor fulfill our written obligations. The king then had all the elders of Judah and of Jerusalem summoned together before him. The king went up to the temple of the Lord with all the men of Judah and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, priests, prophets, and all the people, small and great. He had the entire contents of the book of the covenant that had been found in the temple of the Lord read out to them. Standing by the column, the king made a covenant before the Lord that they would follow him and observe his ordinances, statutes, and decrees with all their hearts and souls, thus reviving the terms of the covenant which were written in this book. And all the people stood as participants in the covenant. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Well, we had already seen earlier that the 10 tribes were taken off by the king of Assyria, and they were completely taken out of the history of it. But God preserved the folks in Jerusalem, the 2 tribes of Judah and Benjamin. But they had their ups and downs. There was good kings as well as bad kings. And we have now a good king that has come to the throne, Josiah, who was enthroned when he was only 8 years old. But somewhere in his beginning of his reign, or somewhere in his reign at some point, the law is found. Now, what exactly all of this is it the Pentateuch, the Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy? What all is in this one, we're not exactly told, but what is clear is that there was an obligation on the part of the children of Israel to follow after the Lord and follow his commands. And the king was under great conviction about this, that this needed to happen. And so there was a renewal, a revival, as it were, amongst the children of Israel. And isn't there need for renewal in every generation amongst us too? Are we so smug that we don't need renewal, and renewal that would truly give a turn again for all the folks before the Lord? I think so. And we may have to be the ones to do it. So continue to contend for renewal for our country, our nation, and our world, that they would come to know the one true God. Stay safe, folks. Hopefully we'll see each other soon. Bye for now.